What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. It is so good to see you guys here. I am Nick, and today it's another Gears and Grinds. We got the McLaren 720 parked up there, but I mean, you guys all seen that. We're gonna do plenty of videos on that. And behind me, we have a legendary Porsche. This is the Porsche Carrera GT, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I've never actually heard one of these actually start up or with an exhaust, but apparently this has one of the best sounding V10s that were ever created. People like to argue that the LFA sounded better, but also people like to argue that this is a better sound. But this is absolutely awesome. One of the unique things is that this manual transmission is really high up on the dash. I've always thought that that might have been a little weird to drive, but apparently this is a fantastic driving car. A little snippet fact of this car is that this is the car that Paul Walker actually was killed in. All right, guys, so behind me we have this beautiful Ferrari Pista, and I've definitely featured this before. It's one of my absolutely favorite cars. You look at it, the interior is drop dead gorgeous. The color, I'm not sure if it'll come through on camera. It's not black, but it is a navy blue, and it is absolutely fantastic. The guy who owns this car actually owns the yellow 720 that I featured on this channel before. Unfortunately, he had an accident and somebody had hit him in the same spot that they hit me. His 720 is down. It is fixable. He'll get it back, but he has different plans on getting a different car. So it's kind of a weird coincidence that he hasn't owned his car that long and got hit in the same spot, but such is life. Everybody's okay. What he has up his sleeve for the next car is going to be really awesome. Look at this gorgeous color on this Huracan behind me. I have this Huracan behind me, and this color is just insane. I know I feature a lot of Huracans on this channel, but this Huracan is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this color. I'm not sure if the camera will even do this justice. This is a green unlike any that I've ever seen. Man, it is awesome. And you can see that it's a bright green with the blue calipers, and that's really what I want to do to my car. And a lot of people tell me not to, but the more I see green cars with blue calipers, I really like it. All right, guys, so we're leaving Gears and Grinds, and unfortunately I did not get too much content, and that's due to getting caught up with talking to other people. You can see that Carrera GT going by. Golly, that car is so beautiful. Man, I am jealous. We got some little racer boys here behind me, one on a motorcycle, probably gonna try to race everybody here, but you know, that's just how things go when you drive a car like this. Everybody's faster than the next guy. But anyways, we're on our way to Pikey Coffee right now, and gonna have a good day, and gonna go check out the cars over there. All right, guys, we see this awesome Toyota Supra. It is dumped on the ground right here. You can see how low it is. Don't be deceived that they parked the front wheel down there so it could be touching the ground, but this is on air suspension. If you're not familiar with that, the car will go up and down using air suspension, and it'll just you know, you can raise front, raise rear, raise side to side, doesn't really matter. Parked, they call it airing out, and this car is aired out on the ground right now. And I love the wheel choice on it. The white on white is awesome, but you know, white wheels are very hard to clean. But these cars are deceiving, because when I first saw them, I wasn't really impressed by them. Then my buddy took me for a ride in it and changed my whole perspective on this car. I really like it. And the reason why they get a weird vibe is because the BMW community will say that, oh, it's just a BMW. And the reason why you can tell is in here, you can see the screen is from BMW, the shifter's from BMW. I mean, even the key, it looks like a BMW key, just with the Toyota badge. Turn it on, does all the same chimes. It definitely does get like, oh, it's just a BMW and a Toyota's body or whatever. But personally, I really like the car, and I'd rather have this over the Z4. So I know I have a McLaren, but this right here, that car right there is my favorite car that I've ever owned right there. The Fiat 500 Abarth. You can hear it. I bet you that's stock. They sound incredible from the factory. They drive incredible from the factory. They're like a little go-kart for the street. You can use 100% of the power 100% of the time. It is so much fun, and that was what makes that car. If you compare that to the M3, the R8, or the 720, you can only use 100% of the power 1% of the time. Yes, those cars are fun. Yes, they're awesome to drive, but there goes the Abarth right there. The Abarth is 100% of the power 100% of the time. It is so much fun to drive, and I wish I never sold it. Right here I have one of the craziest builds on a Challenger. So we have 22-inch wheels on this car. You can't lose with 22s, and my God, it's just stands out. You can see this is the whole air suspension setup in the back here, done by DK Customs, and it's like everything's done to this car. And you can see that here we have the stuff you could put the props in here when you're at the shows to make sure that everything looks proper. If you look in the inside here, everything's custom. You got the carbon fiber on the dash, got the yellow piping everywhere. This is definitely not your average Challenger build. And the car definitely stands out when you have this car against so many other Challenger builds. And you can tell that the time and the effort that they put into this car is definitely above the rest. You can tell, look, all of this in here. The attention to detail on this car is amazing. You can see the very front of this car. Even the wrap, we close the door here. Even the wrap has the Las Vegas skyline in there with the Hellcat on there, and this car is just absolutely awesome. And at nighttime, you have the lights so it can glow in the dark, which is pretty cool. If you guys want to follow him, it's my buddy Nick right here is the owner, and you can follow him at SRT Scorpion. Car sounds good. It's awesome, man. Really aggressive. Ain't no car like a Mopar.
Stop showing off.
All right, so just like I was just talking about how the Fiat 500 Abarth was the most fun car that I've ever had, this is its bigger brother right here. It's the same engine, but think of it as in a Miata chassis instead of a 500 chassis. This car, you can see these came in automatic or manual. This one's an automatic, but you can see you can put the top down, drive it around. I'm sure it flies around autocross courses. So this car comes with about 160 horsepower stock, but right now it's modded, so we're about 200 horsepower. And you might say 200 horsepower is what my Camry comes with. I'm telling you that this car is insane on even 160 horsepower. So let alone 40 horsepower increase is very significant in a car this small. All in all, if you guys haven't checked out any of the Abarths, or if you're that person that talks a lot of about Abarth cars, I guarantee you if you drove these cars, you really change your mind. All right, guys, so we got the car back home. I put my glasses on, my contacts are bothering me. But you can see we got a little bit of a bug collection here on the very front. It's kind of funny because I just had the car washed. But, you know, we got the car plugged in. Something you always want to do with any McLaren that you own, maybe any car of this caliber. You definitely do not want this battery to die. I'll explain that in a later video. With all of that being said, if you guys like this video, hit that like button below. Smash it if that's something you want to do. Subscribe if you already haven't. We're going to see you guys in the next video. Stay free, my friends.